Did you know Destiny 2 is losing 2 years of content soon? This isn't some clickbaity title. Bungie is literally removing most of the content from the first 2 years. If you're considering picking up the free-to-play version of Destiny to try it out, or considering returning to the game, this video is for you. Hey, I'm Deep, and I'm a gamer dad that plays a little bit too much Destiny 2. Now, this content removal isn't a particularly bad thing because of something I'll mention a few times in this video, which is that Destiny 2 is fundamentally an incredibly social game. Even if you play solo, there's plenty of social interactions and moments in the game that will make you laugh and smile. And I think this is really what sets it apart from other MMOs and movie shooters. If you've even remotely considered picking up Destiny 2 recently, now is the time to do it. Apparently the old content has been vaulted, big air quotes there. We really have no idea when it may be unvaulted. If you're interested in trying out Destiny 2, now is the time to do it. In this video, I'll help you understand how you can play the bits that are going, and what you can do in the lead up to the new content for the next season. So, 2 years of content. It was pretty patchy, to be honest. I only started playing when Forsaken was released. Now looking back, there's a lot of content and it can be quite overwhelming for new players. There's heaps of planetary exploration areas, there's heaps of different game modes, there's PvP, there's PvPvE, and then there's the regular kind of grindy PvE stuff as well. From a story point of view, a lot of the early content doesn't really make sense anymore, so there's plenty of sort of continuity reasons for it to go anyway. But we all know the real reason it's going away is because Destiny is just, it's a big game. It's over 100 gig now. I'm happy that they're making the content vault fit with the narrative though. It all ties together, so I'll explain how that happens later. So what we'll do is go over the stuff that's being vaulted in terms of what is easy to solo first, and then move up to the things that you need more of a team to do. After that, I'll cover some of the ways you can find people to do the group-based activities with. Bungie is vaulting content from locations to save space for assets, so like graphics, textures, sound. It basically means that planets are going. This results in a not obvious selection of content vanishing that only makes sense if you're really familiar with the game. Instead of worrying about that, I'll just cover the things you should go play before they vanish. So the first thing obviously is the campaigns. After you've played the intro mission in the Cosmodrome as a new character, you'll get dropped into the tower, the main social space in Destiny. I'll let you explore and see what to do here, but the main thing I want to show you is how to access the old campaign content. So head down into the main landing pad area of the tower and have a chat to Holiday. She has the items you can collect to start each of the campaigns.
Here we go.
You want to start with the Red War first, the original Destiny 2 campaign.
That was a pleasure to work on.
The original Red War campaign that opened Destiny 2 shows the last city and tower being invaded by one of the main enemy races, the Cabal. It very acutely shows the relationship between Guardian and Ghost. As you fight Gaul with your ragtag bunch of Vanguard friends, you'll visit several locations that are being removed in the Great Vaulting of 2020. These notably include the moons of Titan and Io. Once you have unlocked free roaming on these destinations, you will probably start seeing people participating in seasonal content that is happening in the game right now. This current season story arc is a lead up to these destinations going bye-bye. We aren't exactly sure how it's happening yet, but make sure you explore and enjoy these destinations while you can. On each destination, there's further missions you can do for the vendor NPCs that will progress the story a bit more and get you some other gear. These are easy to do and often have some pretty cool dialogue. At some point during the campaign, you'll get access to Strikes, which is a match-made PvE mode doing set missions with the Vanguard. You can get loot from these and also get more lore and dialogue from the characters in the game. It's good to get these free strikes done with per character to get the pinnacle gear it gives you.
Sloan, Commander, it's done.
Copy that. Zavala and I are inbound. approaching the landing platform. Get up here and take a bow.
I didn't dare believe. If the light can find its way back to you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. Our numbers will continue to dwindle. We can no longer protect ourselves, much less the survivors. Without the light, are we even guardians anymore?
Commander.
Osiris could be anywhere. Put in the wrong coordinates.
So
and he'll
the
never
next
find your
campaign
way
is, or actually this was the first DLC, is the Curse of Osiris campaign. It's set mostly on Mercury, which is also being vaulted. Here you'll discover and help unlock some of the mysteries in the Infinite Forest, a planet-sized supercomputer. I won't lie, I'm not upset about not having to talk to Brother Vance anymore. You'll see what I mean. There's a bunch of cool side quests in the Curse of Osiris DLC as well, particularly the ones relating to Saint 14, who's the vendor in the tower for trials. So if you get a chance to do those ones, pick them up.
Osiris has adapted some of the technology of the forest to his own purposes. We're going to run into his reflections. They're copies of himself, made so he can explore multiple pathways at once. And yes, I am aware that it makes Osiris seem like an egomaniac. But don't worry, he is. Osiris has to be here somewhere.
The second DLC for Destiny 2 and the third main storyline arc is called Warmind. This is where you help Anna Bray establish communications with Rasputin, the giant AI that is on Mars. You will learn about Braytech and its founder Clovis Bray, something that will be relevant next season, I've heard, or it's been hinted at. Once you've completed the Warmind storyline, you'll be able to participate in Escalation Protocol on Mars. It's an endgame PvP activity, but you'll need to find an instance with other players in it, as it can be hard to solo for a relatively new player. Either find a team of friends, or keep going back into orbit and flying down again until you find a group that's already participating in the Escalation Protocol runs. So now they're the main pieces of storyline content that are going. They're easy to do by yourself. There's no reason not to just get the game and start doing them. But I'll move into some other things that now you can play solo, but you can also do them as a fire team. So if you go in solo, you'll get match made to fill out the rest of the team. If you have like a team of 6, then you can go and do it with your team of 6. And that is called the Menagerie. It's a 6-player match-made activity that's a lot of fun. I'm really sad to see this go. It's a fantastic way to do a focus grind for particular pieces of equipment and There's some quite meta PvP stuff in there as well. To get started with this, in the tower, find Benedict and then head down to Nessus and talk to Werner on the barge, floating in the air near the Watcher's grave in the northern part of the open exploration area. He'll give you some quest steps to do. Once you've done them, head back to Werner, who will tell you to go do a run of the menagerie. It's a great activity, and eventually you'll unlock the chalice, enough to dial in specific weapon drops from the final chest. It's a good, focused way to farm and a fun activity to boot. Another big thing in Destiny is what are called exotic weapons. You could think of them as like weapons that have special, unique behaviours that are not common on other weapons. A lot of exotic weapons have quests associated with them, and a lot of them also have catalysts, and a catalyst is sort of like extra things you can do to unlock the weapon's full potential, basically. So, in the content vaulting that is happening, there's actually a bunch of exotic weapons or quests associated with exotic weapons that will be going away. So I'm just going to list some more off here. There's, if you go and Google them or look for videos on them on YouTube, you'll find heaps of guides on how to get them. So we've got Izanagi's Burden, Whisper of the Worm, the Whisper of the Worm Catalyst, Lumina, Polaris Lance, the Polaris Lance Catalyst, Sleeper Simulant, Worldline Zero, Worldline Zero Catalyst, Truth, Izanagi's Burden Catalyst, Thorn, Outbreak Perfected, Bad Juju, and the Bad Juju Catalyst. We've got Tarabar, Telesto Catalyst, the Legend of Acreus, the Legend of Acreus Catalyst, and the Skyburner's Over Catalyst. We've got Anarchy, and also the Sleeper Simulant Catalyst. So there's quite a few exotics there where either the exotic itself or its catalyst is tied behind content that is going to be vanishing. I'm pretty sure Bungie is going to make a lot of these things available in some fashion, but there's no clear answer on how that's going to happen. Admittedly, if you're new to the game, I think a lot of this stuff is pretty kind of secondary to just getting through the main campaign content, but you know, you might luck out and stumble on some of these exotics while you're doing that. There's 5 raids being vaulted in September. 5. Now, Destiny's raids are the most serious endgame content. You'll need 5 other people to get it done. I'll talk about finding fire teams after this. The raids in Destiny are, I think they're some of the best content in the game. So if you get a chance to do them, I really implore you to do so. The story, scale, mechanics and teamwork required in the raids really are a unique experience to Destiny. The 5 raids that are going are Leviathan, Spire of Stars, Eater of Worlds, Scourge of the Past, and Crown of Sorrows. So, how do you find people to play with? There's a few different ways, but by far the best one is to find a clan of people who you get along well with. The clan I'm in, Dads of Destiny, has close to 300 active players. There's groups running raids and other endgame content quite regularly. If you can't find a clan to join, the Destiny mobile app has an LFG section in it, and there's unofficial LFG discords and forums as well. Of all the content I've discussed above, raids are really the only one that requires you to build a team to get it done. If you have any questions about this, sound off in the comments section below. I'll update the description with any links that make sense. These vids, well, they take a bit of time and effort to make, so if you'd leave a like and a sub, I'd be muchly appreciative.
So now, right now, you need to kill the little guys. I'm going to kill the wizard.
They're all following you.
Whee! There's one more wizard.
Oh, dude, you annihilated everything.
Linear actuators.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
So, where do you get the game? Well, it currently exists on 3 platforms: Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. If you play it on Xbox, you can get it from Microsoft Store, If you play on PlayStation 4, then you can get it from the PSN store. It's free in both cases. And if you play on PC, it's free on Steam as well.
There we go, let's just start it. Alright. Okay, here we go.
Everything that I've spoken about in this video is free, except for the raid content. You'll need the relevant DLCs for that. But yeah, there's a lot to get into without having to pay any money at all.
I'll get that res after this, but I can't get too close to the boss. I'm gonna get sniffed.
I'm going to leave you with some of the Contact public event on IO. IO is being vaulted, and this activity is part of the current story arc leading up to the moon being inaccessible. It's a good little peek at how hectic some of the endgame content will be. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video.
Incoming. Hey, Moon Dust, you got anything for this?
They seek strength as we do, though they lack the constitution to control it.
Constitution? I like the way you talk.
taken signals. They're on the bank.